Hey guys, I want to go over the March facility programming with you. This is a unique month for a few reasons, mostly because there's an open now. We know we're doing. There's one, later in the year we're not even going to worry about. Also, every one of your members has a different varying degree of how important this is to them. They are maybe not doing it, they're new or they're too old maybe that they, meaning as a veteran, they're done too many opens and they're like, hey, that went out, maybe that's where they're at. Maybe they are just getting in it. They want to have fun with their friends. Maybe they're doing it and they're really serious about competing. We have the whole spectrum here to do it. So with March, what we've done is we put out the programming for you in advance here. We're putting it out every week, every Thursday night. We're giving you an updated week. And what that looks like is based on the workouts that have been announced. So after 19.1, we had Monday was going to be front squatting and thrusters, right? Tuesday was heavy deadlifts after that. So we flipped Tuesday to the front squats and strict pull-ups, and then Monday was the deadlift. That's just going to give some of your squatting musculature a little more time to recover from delayed onset muscle soreness. We adjusted some of the volumes and the workouts too. But for the most part, the workouts are going to stay the same, but we're going to go in and every Thursday night adjust that for you for the whole month. So these are kind of our best jumping off point, knowing that as the open progresses, it gets higher skill. So you'll see things like in the beginning, we're still doing strict pull-ups and handstand walking first couple weeks because we're probably not doing that on 19.1 or 2. I mean, this year, who knows, maybe they are, but for most of the part, they want to do things that are inclusive, and it looks like it's being more inclusive. So what that means is, here's our programming through the end of the month, what we're looking for everyone. And at the same time, you'll be able just to have it done if you just want to have it done and this isn't an issue, right? We're focusing on keeping people healthy this month, body composition, structural balance, those big basic movements of their drivers towards their goals. And if, let's say, that is higher importance to you, just know that you'll know what's coming. We're not throwing crazy curveballs. Next week, I'm going to make it up totally different and you won't be prepared. It's the programming. I'm adjusting what day things are coming in, maybe dropping some reps, changing up load. If we know, hey, last week we went super heavy and then we're deadlifting this coming week, well, maybe it's going to be lighter for more reps because they're probably not going to go heavy twice in a row. So those are the adjustments you can expect during this month. So that's going to be, number one, the most important thing. And number two, is going to be that every Thursday night you're going to get the updated guide and the time block PDFs for that. Second thing, you'll also be getting our Friday night, open user's manual or training guide or crush it guide, whatever you want to. Hopefully, I should have a better name than user's guide. That's super boring, right? You're supposed to have good wordplay is very important in this industry to call things by a fun name and not it wasn't training. It's the workout of the day, and that's cool. Right? So with that, every Thursday night, I'll also put out a live video for you of what's coming based on our goal-based programming. So there's a lot of stuff out there that is, here's how you hit it if you're Matt Frazier. Like, dope, Matt, crush it. We got to worry about your couple hundred members and the goals they're coming for, which are really their personal goals. And then on top of that, the open is something that keeps them engaged in your program, helps them have good camaraderie and a shared experience, which keeps them in your gym longer. So that's the overall idea there with the programming. The rest of it, you'll see we're running through different progressions. Obviously, we have our squat strength endurance progression. We've been doing the deadlift hinge endurance progression that will go up that last week when the open finishes here. You'll see that we're building back up to some of those initial tests. 10 rep max clean grip deadlift. That was one that's pretty challenging to do on grip and postural chain endurance, but we've done a lot of that work. So we're going to bring it back. And we had kind of a higher skill capacity piece. That'll be towards the end of the week for that final week. Start of the week, we're retesting Lynn. Lower physical output, meaning lower metabolic output stress, but high strength endurance. We've been doing a lot of work for strength endurance. I mean, look what's coming up at the start of the week here. Strict pull-ups, weighted dips, work on those pieces. So yeah, it makes sense for us to follow the progressions as they move through the month and retest those pieces. Right? So it won't be super hard. The first day after the open's done, functional bodybuilding and just good general balance fitness. You're going to see it's Russian kettlebell swings, sit-ups, box jumps, and row, stuff that you can't really red line on. You can try, a squat endurance tester here. Functional bodybuilding and that 15-minute AMRAP we did to start off the year is there. So there are some retest pieces, but because it's such a big testing time throughout the open, et cetera, that won't be the case. So we'll have the new testing cycle start after this, and the new whole 12-week upcoming testing cycle. I'll have a whole new video for you on that of exactly how it's going to look for you. It'll be focused on absolute strength, right? Functional bodybuilding and aesthetics is going to be summer, making sure everyone is coming beach ready for that, and then long aerobic work and skill work, just in the pieces. So versus trying to do Amanda like we did last month or the open test, it's going to be, let's work on your strict pull-up. Let's work on maybe your transition, but just that piece and not trying to string for a max set. So we're breaking things down to starting components to get people the right foundation. Like we've talked about in all our coaching videos, we can load up with intensity, but for every piece of intensity we have, if we're not doing a piece of structural balance or base building, we're going to get uneven. We need each of those, right? We're not doing just base building. That's boring and maybe not the fun part people are looking for. We need both sides of that, right? We want all of those skills that we're developing long-term, base, aesthetics, body composition, time under tension, fundamentals. And then when we have those pieces down, yes, we can give all the intensity we want as long as they can recover from it from the base they've built. Okay, so I hammer that home every month. Hopefully I'm getting through and everyone is high-fiving me and feeling that the way we've been training has helped people do better in the open. I really appreciate the coaches' notes I get from you guys. Letting me know how you did, already crushing 19.1 by doing it because you knew how to pace. You didn't go out too hot, or you did and you realized, I shouldn't have done that. That's what this has been building for, Tim. And it's like, yeah, that's what this has been building for. So again, throughout here, there's some pieces, some touches of intensity here. You see there's going to be a heavy thruster this day. There's some, EMOM work. Those are the jumping off points. Again, if you want it all just done, loaded up, it'll be there. It'll also be getting put up in SugarWOD. Here, it's getting put up. This is February, what that weekly view looks like. And it's real easy for me in SugarWOD while I go through, and I'm going to email you the upcoming list, to take a piece and move it around to a different day, right? I can take it, and if I had someone else, my coach, Josh Murillo, if you guys know Haley Murillo, her awesome and talented husband, helps me do this. So he puts all the pieces in the right thing. That's why you're like, Tim, this has a better aesthetic than you normally do. It's like, yeah, I got help. I hired my buddy, and he's awesome at this. He's worked with a bunch of gyms on SugarWOD. So we're trying to bring you the very best we can, help make sure it's awesome. That's upcoming for March and what to expect. Your coaches course, we'll have another video on the coaches course this month, is just getting everyone updated and through our playbook coaching onboarding site. So that's what your goals are for March. Get the programming done, get your whole staff through it. I want everyone's email. I want them all to go through this course and know everything. So that way when April comes, you are ready to rock. And we're actually using time during the open to move our coaching and our business forward and not just in survival mode. Right? We're always planning ahead, and I'm happy to help you do that. And that's March.